That needs to be happening right now to the Clintons, all the crimes they committed, the FBI covering it up, and now they're talking about criminal investigation of the president for obstruction. You're seeing the fight for this country's future. You know, people ask, am I fake or am I real? I'm totally real. But I, at a gut level, I'm really upset. I'm trying to get people out of their complacency. So then I let myself get a little hysterical on air. It's really how I feel, but I'm letting the dog off the leash because I don't want a civil war to start. They're trying to start one. Craig Sawyer's riding shotgun with us the rest of the hour. We're going to open the phones up in the next segments. We'll get into his pedophile investigations and more that are going on. Dr. Corsi's going to finish up right here. He'll be back on the Nightly News tonight, 7 o'clock Central. But when you study history and you see where this country is and you see the elite doubling down to control everybody, Craig, it really concerns me. And I just hope that somehow cooler heads prevail where all this is going, because all we're trying to do is cut taxes and get some of the factory jobs back and not let them sexualize children in school. Craig?
Yep. It's steady as she goes is what the doctor ordered on this, Alex. Yes, it's upsetting. Yes, it's destructive. But the president needs to play long-term ball. He needs to, like I said, he needs to get a hold of the directors of these top agencies and make sure that they're cleaning house. That needs to be done en masse.
Why can't Trump do that?
Biggest project going on. I don't know that he's not doing that. I mean, look at Comey. Some of these things take time, and I'm sure he's kind of swamped. He's surrounded by opposition on all sides, even though they're supposed to cover his back. Seemingly, don't have his back. So I imagine I don't want to be too critical of him because I know he's in hostile.
No, I agree. It's a college of cowards, and of course he's about to leave. So let me have him finish. What does he do when he's just surrounded by yes men and trash?
Well, he's surrounded by worse than that. Trump is surrounded by Priebus and others who have their agenda is really the agenda of the elite GOP establishment, which is to keep in the money trough, and they don't want it to cut off. They don't want to lose their power. So this is right now, Trump during the campaign reached a point where Lewandowski could not get the delegates counted for him. So he changed horses. He brought in someone who could count delegates. Now, the team Trump has got advising him can't counter this Democratic deep state propaganda techniques. He needs to bring in an A-team that can counter the propaganda techniques and turn this around just like he did during the campaign.
And even the London Telegraph says that.
Yeah, and he's got to do it starting at the top in the White House, because he's got people in the White House who are disloyal to him, who are leaking, subverting, and giving him bad advice. I mean, this whole idea, I said, first thing you do is you change the subject. Well, now Priebus's idea is you take a trip to Wisconsin and talk about jobs. Mainstream media is going to laugh that off. They don't have to cover that. They didn't. It doesn't change the subject.
The president needs a fireside chat at least twice a week, going right at him.
I'll tell you what changes the subject. Fire Priebus and fire Mueller. The subject will change right away. And the press will go berserk, and Trump should sit there and say, impeach me. You don't like this, impeach me.
And they won't have the votes. Screw them.
Right. They won't be able to do it.
Instead, they're waiting to undermine him until they have an election. And then the Democrats admit they want COG, overthrow Trump,
obstruction,
and then remove all the Republicans that got elected saying they're Russian agents.
They want nothing to be accomplished by the Trump administration. They want to block every legislative effort. And what Trump's got to do is he's got to get an A-team of people around him who understand how you fight.
Yeah, why do you think the Deputy Attorney General came out and said, he can't fire Mueller? That's a load of manure.
It's nonsense. He can fire anybody he wants.
So does that show that guy's either compromised, scared, or
trying to convince Trump to go down the path in which the end result is he commits suicide? And that's not the path we want Trump to go on. We want him to save the administration, and to do it, he's got to get better advisors.
No, I agree, but you say you're seeing all the telltale signs of them preconditioning, getting folks ready for an assassination.
Yes, because, see, the point is, if they lose by not able to impeach, if they can't get Trump out of office through those methods, the next plan is assassination. Same thing that happened to Jack Kennedy, and I want to start running some shows which demonstrate exactly how
this works. All right. Dr. Jerome Corsi will be back on the news tonight. InfoWars Washington Bureau Chief. Thank you so much. Stay there.
Great pleasure.
We're about to go to break. Craig, I'm going to give you the floor for like 10 minutes when we come back and then take calls. 800-259-9231. 800-259-9231. We're using the GCN number today. 800-259-9231. Your questions to veteran Navy SEAL, TV host, expert marksman, patriot, and a guy running a undercover production operation with news to expose the pedophile rings and all the bust happening around the country. We'll talk to him after the break. What's some of the points you want to get to, Craig Sawyer?
Well, one of the points, it's a two-point answer to your previous question. One is Trump needs to fire people. That's what he's good at in business, and I think that's what needs to happen. And the other is, while playing a long-term intelligent ball, if there is an extremist threat, he can pull in the National Guard and even contract companies of veterans that'll cover his sick where needed.
Well, let's talk about that. And you're done giving your points. I want to ask you, what happens if this goes south? I mean, what are the bad scenarios with a nation full of great people, but also a bunch of spoiled, rotten commies and scum that want a rite of passage war?
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.